You know, you know, a lot of the times we try to make the best decisions that we can. We listen to advice, we read books, we go through life experiences, but sometimes we just still completely mess the F up. And this is the situation with PJ Washington. Now, I know back in the day, people were saying that Brittany Renner pretty much groomed PJ, found him from high school, and then went off from there. I have seen no definitive proof that she was at a high school game, went to go see him in high school, anything else. I did see a Vlad TV interview pretty much saying that she met him while he was in college, while he was 20. With that being said, though, there has been a recent outbreak between PJ and Brittany, and me being a single father myself, I can understand it 100%. I've been there. And when I say single father, my daughter is now almost 18, so I like to think that I've been through the steps of where he's at and where he's most likely going to go if he doesn't tie this stuff up together and think more long term instead of short term. I understand that he is, you know what? Before I continue rambling, let's go ahead and look at his first video clip. I think this is what caused everything, because the one thing that a baby mama cannot stand is seeing her replacement.
By far the best color.
Happy birthday!
Now, if you want to be honest with you, I truly do believe that's what caused Brittany to lose control of her mental state for a second there and try to attack PJ's wife, excuse me. And what do I mean by that? I'm pretty sure everybody has seen this video that has gone all across social media right now.
Okay, hold on, pause.
Right there. For one, why are you recording just this one interaction, right? Now, I can understand potentially that if you were doing this because you have a fear that your kid is being harmed in some way, shape, or form. So what you do to help some type of documentation is, I'm speaking from the woman's perspective or the other parent's perspective, like, hey, when this kid leaves, they're fully clothed, they're healthy, they look happy. But when I hand them over to the other parent, they start crying and all this other kind of stuff, right? If she was smart about it and this recorded the exchange, that would have been perfectly fine. But this is where it starts to go south.
This is what we're not doing. So every time that he does this, I'm going to record this. Because that's not okay. I'm just letting you know. No, the thing is, this is the third time he's done it. This is the third time he's done it. He doesn't want to go with you. So actually show up. Actually show up and do something then with him. Because he does this every time.
Now, I find it interesting she's telling him to actually show up because, let's be real here, she knows exactly who he is. She knew who he was when she chose to open her leg and let him fill in her insides with his goop to have a kid. So she cannot say, hey, show up. The man plays professional basketball. He is on the road or at practice or training 9 months out of the year that affords him millions of dollars and affords her not having to work. Now, there was a rumor originally that she received some obscene amount of money of like $200,000 a month, which proven not to be true eventually. But either way, having a kid by a basketball player, she's going to get a lot of money and be financially stable as long as that kid is 18, even after if he chooses to go to college. Whatever amount of money she is getting right now is funding her lifestyle to where she doesn't have to work and she could sit there and be a side piece to men like what was the guy name with the face tattoo that thinks he's always super deep? Kevin Gates. Let's go ahead and continue.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It ain't because anybody babys him.
You gonna give him his bag and stuff? That's terrible. 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, no, it's not that at all. No, it's not. No, yeah, I will. But I'm telling you right now, every single time up with me. Just know that it's up.
What'd you say?
I'd love to.
What'd you say?
I didn't stutter.
I didn't hear you say it again.
Suck my dick.
If you had one, maybe I would.
We're not a bitch.
Pussy ass bitch.
And why is the mom talking like that? Now, I seen reports that Brittany Renner has a older sister also. I truthfully thought it was her older sister, but either way, they're both all too grown to be talking and acting like this and carry on like this, especially in front of the kid. Now, again, PJ, when he first came up to the door, he was very cool, calm, and collected. However, he had his baby mama walking him down, talking crap, yelling at him, and the mom most likely doing antagonizing stuff behind the camera that we can't see. Again, I'm seeking for a man who's been there from experience. I'll get a little bit more to my personal experience here towards the end.
What the fuck you looking at?
That's on my way.
Get your bitch ass out my driveway, ho.
You don't pay for shit.
Fuck you. You don't pay for shit either. $170,000 to your hoe, but $11,000 in your son's bank account.
$11,000 in his son's bank account. That's a lot of money. There's a lot of adults that don't even have $100 in their bank account right now, and she's talking about her son, who is, I would imagine, probably no more than 2 years old, maybe 3 at the most, having $11,000 in the account. What she's saying is her having $11,000 in the account. See, here's the thing. I played a video earlier, and I was talking about how Brittany, I think that's what triggered Brittany, because that car was his birthday gift, which was at the end of the month of August. And then all of a sudden, this interaction between PJ, Brittany, and his wife comes out. And I'm pretty sure Brittany was upset. She feels jealous. She feels envious. And she probably feels stupid more than anything else because she chose to be a wife to Kevin Gates. And I got her nothing. It got her cosplaying in a religion she didn't believe in or fully accept. And it got her ran through and used again. Unfortunately so. Now, I know I sound kind of harsh on Brittany Renner. She is a very attractive woman. But outside of her being attractive, she has a very ugly personality. I've made plenty of reference and examples of this before in the past, especially the last time I think I made a full-on video talking about her personality-wise, is whenever she and Pearl was doing a podcast and her and Pearl was going back and forth. And I personally said that if I had a choice to be with a woman between Brittany Renner and Pearl, I would choose Pearl because Pearl seems like she'll at least try to give you peace and help you get money and build you up compared to Brittany Renner would try to take your money and give you hell. And a lot of people was calling me all kinds of names why I said that, but I stand by this because look at this interaction right here. She is purposely choosing to act crazy. And yes, I'm saying she's acting crazy in front of her kid. And it's all stemmed from jealousy. And I can tell it's jealousy because if this post didn't come out showing that and she's looking at it looking like, man, that could have been me if I would have made better choices. But instead of her taking accountability of the lack of good choices she made and how she wanted to be a fangirl and be somebody else's concubine or, you know, the W to the E word, it's just, it sucks. She sucks. She feels frustrated. She feels humiliated. And she's thinking people are going to be talking about her. But realistically speaking, nobody would have cared. Nobody would have thought twice about this. In fact, I gave her the benefit of the doubt at first. I say, even though Brittany Renner really didn't follow the Muslim faith, well, I can't talk right now. Even though Brittany Renner did not follow the Muslim faith 100%, I had faith that maybe she took some key aspects from that faith to apply to her normal everyday life. But apparently that seems to be incorrect. But let's continue.
$11,000 in your son's bank account, but $170 in that bitch.
That's his wife. That's not his girlfriend. That's his wife. Something you messed up.
Get out the car. Get out the car. Come on.
By far the best color.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. So the mom there with the blacks and everything, it doesn't make any sense. And I'll tell a little bit of a personal story myself. I remember, for one, before I get into my personal story, let me say this. I personally don't think that PJ should be going to Brittany's house to pick up the kid anymore. If he does, if she's going to be sitting there trying to record the kid, She needs somebody. He needs somebody on his side recording things too. That's one. Two. It's obviously that Brittany is manipulating the kid. I'm not going to say she's physically harming the kid or anything along those lines, but you see it a lot to where these baby mamas or the other parent will manipulate things with the kid, like before they get ready to go. Oh, I really love you. I miss you. I hate that you're going to your dad. You know, if you wasn't going to your dad, you could be here doing this with me, and we could be going this place and doing this, but unfortunately you can't. They say all kinds of stuff to get into the kid's head to make it think that they just stayed with their mom or their dad, or whoever has primary custody, and they just decide not to interact or get to know the other parent, things would be better. But realistically speaking, she had plenty of time. Her not encouraging and fostering a relationship with the father can backfire on her really, really bad. But instead, she's letting her insecurities get the best of her. And just because you're attractive doesn't mean you can't be insecure. And like I said before, Brittany Renner is a gorgeous woman. I mean, she is amazing looking. But just because you're amazing looking on the outside doesn't mean you can't be ugly on the inside. And unfortunately, I haven't seen anything that's shown that she has actually worked on her insides as of yet. Now, I know she has a lot of quote unquote PTSDs and past issues that she needs to work through, but you know what? I don't care. You have a kid. Don't let your traumas and failures get passed on to your kid because you refuse to get the proper help that you need and you can't get past your own mistakes and your own failures. But back to what I was going to say about my own personal story. I remember, this was about 6 years ago, I want to say. I was dating my ex-wife at the time. I think we were already engaged, if I remember correctly. And my child's mother was getting ready to come pick up my daughter, our daughter, or my daughter now, because she has no involvement with her. I was in the bathroom. Crystal answered, or that was my ex-wife, excuse me. I didn't want to say her name, but anyways, she answered the door, and there was a whole freak out with my child's mother. You would have thought that she saw a ghost or something. Again, I keep my private life private. I don't sit here and talk about who I'm dating, who I'm seeing, all this other kind of stuff. You don't see me posting stuff on Instagram, Facebook too often about, hell, even myself or of anybody I'm dating or seeing, just for the fact that I know when somebody is jealous, upset, they tend to try to sabotage what you have. And that could cause them to act and do crazy things afterwards. And there's the old saying, hell has no fury like a woman scorned. Granted, me and my child's mother, I don't think I actually seen her in person in years before that because I will always drop off my daughter at the time at her granddad's house or at her mom's grandparents' house. So I wouldn't have to see or interact with her because I knew how toxic a history between me and her was. I didn't want to take any chances. I didn't want her coming to my house ever causing any issues. I didn't want her coming anywhere around me because of our past. And the only reason I allowed her to come to my house at that one particular time because my ex-wife was like, you know what, Anthony, maybe you should try to repair that relationship a little bit. Maybe you should just give her a little olive branch to show that, you know, it's okay. Y'all could try to co-parent, all this other kind of stuff. She was trying to see it from her point of view, but she found out quick why I avoided her with the plague. And that's another story in itself. That's just a brief rundown of it. But yeah, when I re-upload this, I'll probably bleep out her name. Anyways, you guys tell me what you think. Have you ever been in a similar situation? And how do you think things could have improved in this situation? I empathize with PJ. He has a lot longer to go. And it's only going to get worse from here. I hate to say it, it's going to. Because as Brittany gets older, it seems her mental state seems to go on decline. And when she joined the Muslim faith, trying to go after Kevin Gates, you know, she was very demure, poised, very calm, silent, and a lot of people thought that was an improvement in maturity showing for her. However, though, it was just all the point to get what she always wanted, what she always lusted and craved after. And then once she got her fill of that, she just moved on and said, forget it. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think. Hope you guys have a great day. Thank you.